actually the state of Kansas, I think, is only another 40 some years older than the bank itself. So we've been in Kansas for a long time. So over the years, we'd gone, of course, through a couple of depressions and the world wars, and we've always been in our community, working with the community through up and down cycles in the ag market. And that's just a pretty good approach to business. People want a banker who will be with them in the good times and bad times, that understands their business. So we opened up in Overland Park about 10, 11 years ago, and we have the exact same kind of client. We generally bank small, middle-sized businesses where the owners or the managers want a banker who's a part of the equation and delivery to their business. They probably have an accountant or a lawyer, and they need a banker in that model. So over the years, we've expanded and added technology, grown with the move to technology. We've got Fusion eBank, which is a division that basically is taking our customers into the next generation of banking. You know, the customer of the future probably won't really come into the branch and get to know us the way we would like to have them get to know us. We think we're good people to do business with, but often banking is a transaction. People need to effect a payment or do a quick loan. So we're trying to build the bank for the future. At the same time, we take care of our legacy customers. You know, it's really about competency. And then, so customer service in terms of, let's think about a grocery store model where people go through the checkout line and they have a friendly checkout person. And that used to also be what you thought about in terms of going to a teller line in a bank or going through a retail experience in a bank. Today, it's a financially complex world, and the fraud and the regulatory environment and the underwriting requirements, they're much stricter. So we need to find people who are willing to be continuously educated and invest their time, their energy in this profession as we go through the transaction cycle of our customers. You know, when I started at the bank some 10 years ago, I had a gentleman probably in his 80s who walked in and talked about when he was a little boy, his grandfather had brought him in to meet my grandfather-in-law, I would guess, and he was talking about his first loan being a bike, a 10-speed bike. I think it was a 10-speed, but it was a bike. The point is that you think about that, who today goes into their banker and has that kind of life cycle experience? He's in his 80s, and now he's got a farm, and he started off with a bike. Now that's a really cool model. So we continue to try to not be the bank to bank everybody. The mass market banking is covered by the big guys, but if we can be a really involved, comprehensive bank to our client base, then I think we've done a very good job. I think it's trust. I think we value trust. I think we've built trust, and we want to believe our customers, and they want to believe us, and we all understand the way the game is played by regulatory mandate today. But I still think you can go down and involve yourself in transactions efficiently and under regulatory environment and still build success and help them reach their achievement, their desires. We like our employees to go through the highest standard of the American Bank Association training, for example. So our lobby personnel will go through and get the Universal Banker designation certification by the authority in our industry. And then they're in the lobbies and serving the customers. And will all those customers need all those services they've learned about at any point in their time? No, but they do have the ability to trust that First State Bank has the kind of people and has the kind of capital. You know, our bank is very strong, very well capitalized. The last thing somebody needs to be involved with is a bank who has to worry about its own condition before they're able to worry about their customer's condition. So our bank has maintained a very high capital rating, very high Bauer 5-star rating, independent rating agency. So we like to think about the combination about a strong bank with smart people that are trustworthy, being able to deliver service to our communities.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so now we're trying to take it to the next level. So now we understand that the generation in the future is not going to be, as I said earlier, coming into the bank on a regular basis. They're going to do effective payment while they're, pulled over at a stop getting gas. They would stand up and take care of that payment, or being in their tractor while they're on autopilot. They can pull up their laptop, pull up their cell phone. And so we're trying to give a united experience regardless of the device and all kind of banking transactions. So we're working harder and harder to expand that level of consumption of those people that want that as defining their banking relationship. We're very slow to add people to the team. We hire very deliberately, and we like to have people who are willing to invest in their own professional standards. And that's a lifetime person. That person understands that staying as a part of the future for our clients is about change, and managing change takes a lot of effort and learning. We're an active bank with our professionals and our people and our customers, so we're not a good place to come if you want to retire kind of in the chair. We like people who want to keep getting it done. You know, our logo that we've had for many years is, I'm pretty fond of. It's a big blue letter F. And we thought about that. People come to our bank locations, they look at our advertisements, they look at our business cards, they see that big blue F. We wanted to take that F into our e-commerce initiative. So we decided that Fusion was a great name for the fusion of the physical banking and the virtual banking and a whole lot of other implications that Fusion means. Plus, we've got to preserve the letter F, which, so we went 4 or 5 years ago and got the domain registered in Kansas for the domain Fusion. So we began kind of as a back burner to move forward the e-commerce to our current legacy customers. So a certain number of your current customers move forward, and then as you acquire the next wave of customers who have really never gone into the bank, the younger folks coming out of college, we want to be prepared for Fusion to be their brand, that their parents and grandparents and other trusted advisors can tell them this is a solid bank, and you can go with Fusion, as distinguishing from a lot of other virtual banks and internet banks for which there really is, you know, not a brand. It's really, you just don't know the security of those providers. So we kept the Fusion as domain. Then when the .bank designation came out, we actually registered our bank. We now are and own Fusion.bank. And so today, if you Google or search Fusion or First State, they redirect together to come to Fusion.bank. So we very much see the future of our brand being associated with the Fusion brand. If I do my job right, I'm just really kind of the baton carrier in a relay race. It's just my leg of the race right now. And so we have family members that I think have an interest. Maybe too early to say if they come. But I think we are building the bank for the future, and that's the right thing to do no matter who's carrying the baton after me.